Ever juggled flaming chainsaws while riding a unicycle? It's probably not a good idea. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of personal finance, specifically the wild world of accounts. We all juggle a lot in life, jobs, relationships, that overflowing inbox, but how many accounts should you have at one bank? Can you imagine managing, say, 15 different checking accounts? It sounds like a recipe for financial disaster, like trying to ride a unicycle while juggling flaming chainsaws. Not recommended. But what about Capital One? How many accounts can you safely open with them? Buckle up, because we're about to untangle that question. Capital One credit cards, the 5-card limit, maybe. Let's start with the credit card side of things. Capital One is known for its diverse credit card options, from travel rewards to cash back. But how many can you realistically hold? Here's the thing, there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. Capital One might allow you to open up to 5 personal credit card accounts. That might sound like a dream come true for the ultimate rewards chaser, but hold on to your hats. There are a few key things to consider. Your credit history, this is the big one. Capital One, like most banks, looks at your creditworthiness before approving you for a card. A strong credit score and healthy credit history are essential for getting approved, especially for multiple cards. Existing accounts, do you already have Capital One cards? The bank considers your existing credit line with them when evaluating new applications. Having several high-limit cards with Capital One might make it harder to get approved for another. Card types, not all cards are created equal. Capital One might be more willing to approve you for a rewards card with a lower limit if you already have a no-frills cashback card. The bottom line on credit cards. So, the 5-card limit is a possibility, but it's not a guarantee. Focus on building good credit habits, managing your existing cards responsibly, and applying for cards that complement your spending style. Capital One bank accounts, a buffet of options, with no limits. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Capital One bank accounts. Here's the good news, Capital One doesn't seem to have a set limit on the number of bank accounts you can open. There's a whole buffet of options to choose from, including checking accounts, savings accounts, and even CDs, certificates of deposit. You could have a separate account for your everyday spending, another for emergency savings, and maybe even a vacation fund tucked away in a high-yield savings account. But here's the catch, there's always a catch. While there's no technical limit, there are some practical considerations. Managing multiple accounts, keeping track of several accounts can be a hassle. Make sure you have a system in place for monitoring balances, transferring funds, and avoiding overdrafts. Minimum balance requirements. Some Capital One accounts have minimum balance requirements to avoid monthly fees. Make sure you can realistically maintain those minimums before opening multiple accounts. The takeaway on bank accounts. There's no magic number for how many Capital One bank accounts you should have. It all boils down to your financial needs and how well you can manage your money. The key ingredient, responsible management. Whether it's credit cards or bank accounts, the key takeaway is responsible management. Don't get swept up in the excitement of opening new accounts. Focus on building a healthy financial foundation and use Capital One's options to your advantage. Remember, it's not about juggling flaming chainsaws, terrible idea. It's about having the right tools to manage your money effectively. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.